Hi, I'm three-time best-selling author James O'Dell, and I just released my fourth book entitled The Paramount Code, Mastering Sales, Mindset, and the Mental Operating System that Builds Empires. And today, I wanted to talk to you about something that is very, very important to people, and that is paradigms and how to shift them. So I'll read you a portion of my book, and then I will explain it to you. So if we go to the 9th chapter entitled Paradigms, the Mental Operating System, and we start at the first line, it says, a paradigm is the mental operating system that guides every thought, feeling, and action. It is a deeply ingrained set of beliefs, assumptions, and values that filter the world around you, shaping how you interpret every piece of information. These patterns are formed through early life experiences, family influence, culture, and conditioning. They feel so real that you may believe that they are objective truths, when in fact they are only interpretations of reality. A paradigm colors your perception like tinted glasses, highlighting what aligns with your beliefs while rendering contrary evidence invisible. Understanding and shifting paradigms is central to the Paramount Code because it unlocks new behaviors, perspectives, and ultimately superior results. Lacking this awareness, actions can produce only temporary success, while lasting transformation begins with the mind. So let me explain to you what a paradigm is. A paradigm stems from our subconscious automatic mind. And it's how we are programmed. It is how we are wired, how we are conformed, shaped psychologically our whole entire lives. And the problem with paradigms, if a paradigm is flawed, then it becomes a limiting belief, because a paradigm creates a flawed perception, a flawed perspective or how you view the world, and a flawed performance. And if it is a flawed belief system, then becomes a limiting belief. And it's important that you understand how to have a paradigm shift. And so I'll give you a great example that I heard one time of a paradigm shift story. And there was this 90-year-old woman. She was going to get on the bus, and she was waiting at the bus stop with a younger man, and he helped her to the top of the stairs. And when the young man and the old lady got to the top of the stairs, the young man looked around, and he seen right away that the bus was full. Matter of fact, there was even people standing on the bus. And so he told the lady that the bus was full, that they would have to stand. And a man stood up and he looked at the lady, seeing her condition, and he said, "Madam, you can have my seat. Please sit here." And the important thing about this story is then the man was fired. And the reason the man was fired is because that man was the bus driver. So let me break this down to you. The old lady gets on the bus driver stands up, gives her his seat, and before you knew he was the bus driver, you thought that this was a heartwarming story full of love, mercy, compassion, sympathy, and empathy. And it was, because that was your interpretation of reality. You thought it was based on objective truth, but it was really subjective truth based on your interpretation, because you did not have all the facts. But the moment that you found out that that man was the bus driver, then it became a paradigm shift story. Now it's a reckless, careless, and irresponsible act. So if you look at this chart directly behind me, I will teach you how to have a paradigm shift. How that as human beings, we are the highest order of creation. And we can actually create our own reality, our own results. And let me show you how that's done. If you look up here, up the top, it says this is your conscious mind. It's also called your manual mind because your subconscious mind is your automatic mind. In other words, it's your body's automatic response through those paradigms, through that set of beliefs to reality. And it's how you are going to interpret reality. And so if you do not live with intention and you are not thinking about what you're thinking about, what you're doing is you're interpreting reality and you're believing it's true. And whether you believe it's true or it's not true, it's your reality until you have a paradigm shift. So let's say that I want to get different results in life. So if I come up here, this is my intellectual mind, my conscious mind, my manual mind. And so I get a vision, which is this circle right here. And then right here, I put emotion in that vision. And then it drops down and gives me desire to try to achieve my results. And that desire is the trigger to get my results. And after I trigger through my desire to get the results, it requires faith to lead me, direct my choices, and create motivating action to get the results I want. And of course, I'm sure you've heard Confucius say that if the old Chinese proverb, if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. And yes, that is a very true statement, but they always leave something out of that. If at first you don't succeed, don't just try and try again. Change the action steps and try again. And embrace that there is no failure in this life. There is only lessons. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching my video today. And I'm author James Odell, and I wrote 4 books, 3 of them #1 bestsellers, and I hold the 4th bestseller in my hand. Go check it out, guys, on Amazon.com. Thanks, and God bless you.